Okay, a lot of people aren't going to like this one, but I'm going to recommend that you go through every single article on your website and delete most of them. Welcome to Digital Marketing Mastery for Lawyers. My name's Chris Hargraves, and you can find me and what I do and more of my staff at knownlikedandtrusted.com.au. Why would I possibly suggest that you should murder your little tiny article children that you spent so long trying to write? Well, here's the problem. Depending when your firm existed from and how long it has been publishing a blog, if at all, the real challenge here is lots of your content is garbage. Okay, there, I said it. It's garbage. It's terrible. Somewhere along the way, there is a good chance that someone convinced you that writing a 300-word blog post was the ideal way to deal with a topic that actually requires 35,000 words in a small Hollywood movie to explain it properly. And as a result, you wrote the moronic 300-word blog post, and it doesn't deserve to be seen by anyone ever. It's causing a number of problems. Firstly, it's causing you a search engine problem. Thin, weak content does not help your search engine rankings. Don't do it. You should get rid of it. 2, it means you think you've dealt with that topic when you haven't actually dealt with that topic. That topic needed an elephant-size article, and you gave it a little tiny mouse-size article. Don't think you've dealt with the topic if the thing you wrote on the topic is garbage. Next, your previous, potentially now completely irrelevant articles might need a little bit of a refresh or an update. If they are doing literally nothing for you, no one is reading them, you will never ever share them again, they're about previous laws or bad laws or whatever, then why are they taking up space, real estate, on your website? Because what's going to happen is at some point, someone's going to say, hey, have you got an article on this? And you'll be like, yes, we've got an article on that. And then you'll realize that it's utter trash and you won't have anything to share. So as part of this process, I'm not just about deleting. Don't worry, we're going to get to the good stuff soon. Go through every single article on your website. If you want to do it, you can do it via your analytics. If you don't know how to use your analytics, then learn or find someone who does. But go to your analytics and find the 50 or so web pages that basically never get any visitors ever. Because there will be some. If you've got 1,000 articles on your website, there's a good chance that 800 of them never get seen by a single human being ever. And don't tell yourself that having 37 pages of 15 article lists is necessarily a good thing. It's not. It just makes it harder for people to find useful information. Just having an enormous amount of content doesn't help you unless that enormous amount of content is enormously valuable to people. Do not be afraid to delete stuff. If you don't want to get rid of it, turn it into a draft so at least it doesn't turn up on your website anymore. Now, as you're doing this process, here's what's going to happen. You're going to find some articles that were either A, on really good topics that could do with better treatment, or B, on really good topics that could do with a refresh or an update or a reshare because they have not seen the light of your social media day for some time. This is a good thing. This gives you work to do. This gives you an opportunity to build out a body of excellent, valuable content. It also gives you an opportunity to come up with a list of your evergreen content. This is the content that you can share more than once in its entire life. And if you've watched the repurposing stuff that I've spoken about in the past, it gives you an opportunity to repurpose some of that content, give it a facelift, bring it up to your modern standards. There's a good chance, if you've been marketing for a little while, that you are a better marketer now and a better writer now and a better communicator now than you were 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 years ago. So have that self-awareness, have that humility, go, just because I wrote this back then, it doesn't mean that it's the best it can be. It could get uplifted, dusted off, refreshed, made better, reshared with the world at large, and then the work you did then is even more valuable now than it was before. Don't be afraid to delete stuff and use the audit process where you're figuring out what to delete as an opportunity to identify new opportunities. That is my suggestion for the day. Go forth and do this thing. Whether it's all of your content or just your worst performing content, doesn't really matter. If you've got the time, just sit down, scroll through, see what you've written in the past. Is it garbage? Get rid of it. That's all I have. I'll see you next time.